gosh, it must have been sometime in the very late 90s, I think probably around 98, thereabouts. It was in my time at FCMB Capital Markets where I was executive director in FCMB Capital Markets. And we were working on a large merger for a couple of multinationals in the market. And it was the first time that I was exposed to the principles of Pedabo. They'd obviously been working with the finance function, at FCMB, leading up to that. And when you do a big complex merger, a complex merger is all about valuation on the one hand. It's all about structural efficiency and tax efficiency. And then it's about stakeholder management. And it was the first time that I was working in a merger, and I probably worked on mergers for about 6 to 8 years before then in Nigeria, that I was working with, a tax advisor who first and foremost explained all the issues and simplified all the issues. But more importantly, they also set some timelines in terms of engaging with the revenue. And every single timeline that they set, they delivered on. And what that gave us was a lot of certainty and predictability, which when you're dealing with a transaction that has a lot of complexity, becomes very, very important. Yes, of course. So when you're doing a merger, clearly one of the most important reasons that you do a merger is to ensure that as you structure for the merger, if there were any sort of carry forward tax benefits, you can also take the benefit of those carry forward tax benefits. The second issue is to ensure that you get the FIRS's clearance or no objection to the merger. So those were the two issues in point. One was they explained, where the carry forward tax benefits were, and we were able to build that, and bake it into our structure. The second element was once they then started the process of obtaining the FIRS clearance, something which prior to that, on all other mergers we've done, used to take, a phenomenal amount of time. They went in, they did the work, they delivered, the letter very, very quickly. And obviously that made a good impression on us. So about 3 years later, I left FCMB, and everywhere I've been, Pedabo has followed me. And I'm pleased to say today that every time we do M&A work, even for our own tax across our businesses, across businesses that we're invested in, they are, our natural go-to partner. Oh, to a large extent. I think firstly for us at Chapel Hill Denham, every time that we, work for a client, the key thing that we look to do is to deliver a result. And I think that Pedabo understands that very, very high standard. The second thing for us in our work is that, we bring our A team, to every transaction. And one of the things we're proudest of is that we have the deepest bench of experience, working in capital markets, in investment banking, in asset management in this country. And we're also equally pleased that when we work with Pedabo, the most senior people at the firm, as well as the strength of the bench, is supporting the work we do. And ultimately what we all get appraised, by is our ability to ensure that in all the work we do, we deliver on clients' objectives. That's very important for us at Chapel Hill Denham, and that's why, having a partner, that we work with on, a variety of work like Pedabo, has really been very, very rewarding, for both sides. Delivering results. So in summary now, I probably worked with the firm for over 24 years. probably, 25 years or close to 25 years. And I think that the one thing, firstly, that has impressed us is that the same way we do our work, where we bring out, all of these firms' best weapons. We think that one of the biggest advantages is the experience bench that we bring into everything we do. Albert, Killian, all of the senior partners, at the firm are the people who step up to do our work. That makes a good impression on us as a client because that's the way we are as well. The second thing is that we see a lot of creativity. That's equally important. And I think the final thing is simplifying complexity. One of the biggest challenges consultants have is just simplifying complexity. And if you can simplify complexity, then a client or a counterparty understands what it is you're saying, what it is you need to do, and the import of that on the transaction at hand. I think first and foremost is to congratulate the founders of the firm and all of the partners and management, and staff at the firm. It feels like just yesterday. I'm actually quite, amazed that it's already 25 years. I'm really proud of how the firm has grown. I'm pleased that, everywhere that, we have a voice and we can bring somebody along to do that work. We've continued always, to do so. And, I want to say, first 25 years, a lot achieved, but there's still so much more to do. And I think with the administration we have in power, with the reforms that will happen around tax, the services that a firm like Pedabo provides become even more important. Wish you all well.